my turn to do the thing this week.
Yes, it is.
So, hello everybody, and welcome back. I'm Markiplier, and we're back at Five Nights at Freddy's.
And sued.
I figured the Game Grumps have taken enough money from us, so I thought I'd give another YouTuber a chance.
Another chance at our heads? Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Hi, Mark.
Hi, Marky Moo. We love you. Hi, guys. Welcome to episode 3 of the Tantalcast. Can you believe we decided to do more?
Yeah. Well, we were busy.
We were busy.
Delay.
We were busy. We were on a 2-week break after Akumathon.
Yeah. Recovering.
Alright, for those of you who are new, I am your creative director, Connor, or Koshi, if you'd rather.
I'm Feidhlim, the audio editor for the Tantalcast, and also an actor in some of the plays.
I'm Ash, and I actually haven't prepared a gag for this week.
I am shocked at you, young lady.
Yeah.
You're normally so on the ball with this kind of thing.
Okay, fine. Do you want me to try again?
Go again. Leave all this in. Go again.
Womp womp.
Yeah.
Doing it live.
We're doing it live.
Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Sorry, Ashton, go.
Top of the morning to you, laddies! My name is Jacksepticeye! It's his birthday today, guys.
It's a double
It's his
whammy.
birthday.
Is it his birthday?
It's his birthday.
Oh, shit.
today.
Happy birthday, Jack.
On the day of recording. So, Jack, if you want to know when we recorded this, you'll know the exact day.
Or
If you
anyone
let
who
Mark
watches
know.
Jack.
Yeah.
Shit. Happy birthday a week ago, Jack.
Yeah.
When it goes up.
Wow, we're terrible at
We
birthdays.
really are. Ugh.
Anyhow.
Anyhow. Enough games, and let's talk about games.
Yes.
It's been
Insert ooh here.
an amazing month and a half for games. It's been so good.
Yeah.
So good. And I'm not talking about Piranha Plant.
Yeah. I mean, it's been unbelievable. Have you guys heard the latest game? It's called Pong. It's unbelievable, guys. Just the graphics are amazing. The way the ball bounces up and down the screen, it's like high tech. I can't get over it.
Welcome to the one and only 1976 cast. Have you ever
Back
actually
in my day.
Have you ever played the remake of Pong on the PS1?
No.
I
decided-
remember it being advertised.
They decided to try and jazz it up, and it's just Pong. Really bad Pong.
Yeah, with some really weird update. They look really updated and quote unquote cool, and that's Kewl.
As was the style at the time.
Yeah, late 90s, you know. But all I remember is the advertisements. I never played it. I can't really speak to its play style. So
It's Pong.
I'm just yeah.
Boop.
I hope Cat Icarus does an episode of it. I'd love to
Oh,
see
me
Caddy
too.
do
I would love to see Caddy play Pong.
that. Yeah. Oh please, Cat Icarus, if somehow someone put you on to listen to this, I don't know. Please do the episode on the PlayStation Pong.
You know what? He just did an episode on the Resident Evil 2 remake, and it made me so happy. So let's start talking about Resi 2.
Yes, Resi 2.
Oh my god, I got the collector's edition on day one. And
That's awesome, man.
it was expensive. It's not as expensive as it could be
Really?
because
A collector's edition for a highly anticipated game remake or sequel. I'm color me shocked.
it was worth every I don't know, you're gonna have to bleep that
I
out.
bet. I bet.
You're gonna have to bleep that out. Yeah, it comes.
Swear counter begin.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We're still in the first 5 minutes, so yeah, I do have to.
Yeah. You have to bleep out all of them. You have to bleep out all of them. We're a family podcast. We're about to talk about a gory game.
Yeah,
We're a family
Phelan,
podcast.
God.
It comes with a 12-inch statue of Leon, and it's beautifully rendered, and it all comes there's keys, just the PlayStation keys, made of metal. There's a pin. There's an art book. There's a soundtrack. There's all the DLC. It's a stunning thing, and it all comes in like a police supply box.
Nice.
It's
So-
it's,
boy, art supplies.
it's like an actual crate.
Oh, actually, Coach, I have to say,
But did you get herbs?
No,
Did you get your herbs?
I got
Damn
herbs in game.
Refund.
I got herbs in game. It's fine.
Yeah, but you didn't get them with the special edition doohickey, my bobby.
Yeah.
now what are we gonna do when Umbrella finally releases the T-virus on Ireland?
Eat some grass. A couple of duck leaves. We got them here. They grow natively.
The T-virus's main weakness, dock leaves.
Duck leaves. Any Irishman will tell you.
Today's episode is sponsored by Dock Leaves. Available in your local farm.
Just like
Duck
just
leaves
like
and flat 7-Up. It's the cure for the
I-
T-virus now.
I could just imagine a zombified Koshi coming right towards you. Just pull off the dock leaf, slap him in the face with it, and then instantly he's a living human being again.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like,
so
oh,
much
thanks,
better.
Feidhlim.
So much better.
Yeah, I
Duck
brought him back
leaves.
from the dead, and he zombified him.
Yeah. Duck leaves and flat 7-Up. A duvet and Bosco on the TV. And there you go. Cure for all ills.
Yeah. For our non-Irish viewers, Bosco was this little tiny clown puppet.
Is.
This little
Is
tiny-
actually here's a
back.
comparison. He's back. Here's a good comparison for international viewers because everyone knows these guys. You know the Muppets. You know Sesame Street. Do you know Kermit? Do you know the fact that he has charisma of some description? Bosco does not have charisma.
Bosco has childlike
Boys and
innocence.
girls.
He does have childlike innocence, yeah, but
Yes.
he doesn't have an edge. I like that in a puppet.
Yeah.
In fairness, he's aimed at 3-year-olds.
This is true.
Cut him some slack.
Yeah.
And he's only like. He himself is only like 4 or 5 years old.
He is not.
Eternally that age. Eternally.
I think
Internally.
I think
Internally.
externally that
Internally.
age. I think
No,
externally.
I mean eternally.
Oh, you mean
Yeah.
forever? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was gonna say he's seen some shit. There's got to be like a darkness in Bosco at this point.
Let's not go there.
He's
not
had
go
he's
there.
had
That's an
many
episode-
he's had many
that's-
hands.
That's a question for another episode.
That is a question for another episode, but this gives me an excuse to type
and
Bosco.
one that we need. And we need to do research.
We do.
Yeah.
We'll do.
What do you take
Do you
us
think
for,
we
I have no
Koshi?
part in this research.
Do you think we could get Bosco on as a guest?
Does anyone know Twink?
Give me about 2 weeks to learn the voice.
No, I mean the actual Bosco.
Oh, I have no idea.
Well, Bosco's voiced by Twink, so if you know Twink, we can get her on.
Probably
Yeah.
not
I
then.
thought Twink
Yeah.
was dead.
Is she?
I thought she was.
Guys,
I
there
would
was
have thought
literally
that
a
would have been on
rug.
the 9
There's,
o'clock news.
there's literally a rugby ad at the moment that Bosco's in.
So yeah, Twink's alive then.
Okay,
Yes,
alright.
Twink is up. I will Google it. Let me Google it.
Yeah, Google Irish actress Twink, and no, she's not called Twink for that. She's like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star is the reason why she's called that.
Ireland in the 80s was a very different time.
Yeah,
Yes.
she is alive and well.
Okay, that's good. I'm glad. I actually thought she was dead. I hadn't seen Bosco for so long. I thought, oh shit, was Twink on?
Literally, there is a rugby ad on TV at the moment that has
I
Bosco
haven't
in
seen it. I haven't been home.
and he's on Facebook.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Bosco yet lives,
Yes.
and so does Twink, which she's a national treasure.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we don't know if we can say the same about Dustin. Please come back, Dustin.
Please come back, old Dustin, but go away, Ray Darcy.
Yeah, Ray Darcy. He was an Irish host that we all loved here at one point, but then he went to the dark side.
He went to Raccoon City,
He went to the dark side.
and we never saw him
He
again.
went to TV3. Yeah. Okay. Back to Resident Evil. Back to Resident Evil.
Back to Resident Evil.
So
See the segue I
yeah,
did
you
there?
did. Yeah, you did. The game is absolutely amazing, and like, surely people who are listening to this have probably seen people on streams and on like YouTube doing the videos. The Game Grumps played the demo. Super Great Friend is currently playing through as Claire. Super Mega are playing it as Leon. I'm pretty sure Markiplier is playing it at the moment.
He found a weapon and went bonkers with it.
Of course he did, because ammo is not scarce in the police station.
Yeah. I
can
understand why it's scarce in the Arclay Mountains and the mansion, but it was kind of weird how in the original police station there was very little ammo.
I was being very sarcastic there. There is very little ammo left in the police station, and there's a very good reason for it. The police station is completely overrun, and like there's actually signs of siege. So people were living here, and the shutters and all are down, just blood smearing the shutters. There's a scene in the original where you can walk into an interrogation room and then a liquor bursts through the window. If you go to that room now, in Claire's scenario, I don't think it's in Leon's, but if you go there in Claire's scenario, there's actually scrawled on the walls and on the window in blood, "Please let me out."
Oh no.
So they clearly had a prisoner in there and left him. It's actually really, really they have doors are nailed shut and things. It's actually really, really well designed that way. So it makes a lot more sense. And obviously in the original the whole explanation was that Chief Irons had ordered all the ammo from the weapon containment or weapon room to be scattered throughout the police station. So during siege conditions they could have access to ammo anywhere. And that was just done to promote confusion. But yeah, it actually it makes a ridiculous degree of sense. That ammo is super scarce. So Mark, good luck. You're gonna need it now if you're wasting all that ammo. Holy hell!
It depends on the difficulty he's doing, because wouldn't the ammo depend on what difficulty you're on?
Yeah, Ash, you won't have to remember what difficulty he's playing on, would you?
I don't know, because it was only a clip that he got a weapon as a reward.
Oh.
My prize! My prize!
I don't want to say in case it's spoilers,
okay.
So...
Yeah, we're already going to get sued by him, so let's not give him a reason to take more of our money. Let's not get more of Marky Moo's wrath.
Yeah.
Marky Moo's wrath? Don't be silly.
Yeah.
the pink mustache is on. And
that's Worf stash. That's Worf stash. Completely different.
And then
person. They're not even the same.
He's his enforcer.
Yeah, don't.
He's the enforcer. He's the Mr. X of Markiplier canon.
Yeah, don't tempt me here. Stop mentioning Wilfred. You're tempting me here.
But it hasn't been just a good month for remakes. It's been a fantastic week for new releases, because Kingdom Hearts 3's out. And holy hell, it's so good. Production time I can kind of forgive now. Yeah, I'd say the one thing that's really kind of bothering me a little bit is the fact that there hasn't been any reference to its Final Fantasy Square Enix roots other than a Moogle I've seen so far. Kind of annoys me, because I know that all the Final Fantasy characters in Kingdom Hearts had their stories kind of squared away, but you'd like to see
square.
But you'd like to see a reference.
Yeah.
A cloud floats by in the sky.
There was a cloud gag in Olympus where Hades is going, because it follows the Olympus plot in this one is very much like the original movie. So he's unleashed the Titans and that kind of thing. So at the start of the stage, when you arrive at Olympus, Hades is sitting in the underworld and he has a chessboard in front of him like he does in the movie, with the Medusa and all on it. And among the pieces that are on the board, he has Cloud and Orin. And
wait, like Final Fantasy Cloud?
Yeah. So that was one little reference, because in Kingdom Hearts 1 he convinced Cloud to enter the tournament to defeat Hercules, because it's Hades.
Yeah.
And Cloud accepted it because he's fucking Cloud and he's an idiot.
From what I understand, the Cloud is he is very easily misled.
Oh yeah, very, very, very easily misled. I'm pretty sure he was told that if you defeat Hercules, you'll get to fight Sephiroth, and that was all the motivation he needed. Which, to be fair, in Kingdom Hearts 1, when you finish the Hercules Cup, you get access to the Platinum Cup and you can fight Sephiroth. So I'm kind of... Maybe he wasn't lying.
That does make sense. It's the next cup.
Yeah.
Ah.
But yeah, it's a good game. It's a really, really good game. And I actually, like... as weird as it sounds, considering one of my favourite games involved blasting the faces of zombies, Kingdom Hearts has always had a huge place in my heart. So it's good to see it back, and to everyone who said, I can't wait to start playing it again after 13 years, you are in for a wild ride because you've missed out on so much in the side stories.
Yeah, you like because all the side games that take place between 1 and 2 and 2 and 3, they're all canon, aren't they?
Oh yeah, every single one of them. And they,
including a mobile game that was only in Japan.
which is very annoying, but they did release the major story points as like a movie thing on the 2.8 collection. Yeah. Yeah, good luck finding all of it, but yeah, it's so good. It's very good.
Yeah.
It was worth the wait.
This might be a good spot to find some ingredients.
So those are the games, the two games I've been playing. Aisling,
Koshi.
tell me about House Flipper. It sounds like the Property Brothers game.
You know it actually is. I would imagine it actually is because you don't see your face in the entire game. You just see your hands.
Oh, you're
so it could very well be.
your face as protagonist.
Yeah, okay, so House Flipper is this game one of my friends recommended to me on Steam. And I think it is one of the most relaxing games to play, which is very funny. You're basically playing a faceless protagonist. I'm not even joking. There are mirrors in the game. You cannot see your reflection.
Oh, bloody hell.
Your reflection does not exist.
Oh God.
So you're a vampire.
So you look in the mirror and you just see the room.
Or soulless.
Could be soulless. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're a soulless developer.
I can imagine the Property Brothers are soulless.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
Shots
I'm kidding.
fired.
They're lovely. They're on the My Brother and Me show. I know they're lovely. Okay, sorry guys. Continue, Ash.
So you accept these jobs where it's like you have to clean houses or like you have to paint rooms or tweak rooms around, and then eventually you get enough money that you can buy your own houses, and you can start redecorating them, and so like you can paint, build walls, plaster, clean, buy furniture, and all that kind of stuff. And they're going to do an expansion pack, which is developing gardens. And then you can sell the houses for profit.
Okay.
But it also has this really relaxing music playing in the background. It's just really nice. I watched a stream by Robin Pixel Pet on Twitch, and he was playing it a while back, and that was really relaxing to watch because he was just having fun with it. I think possibly Jacksepticeye's done a video or two on it. I can't quite remember off the top of my head.
I definitely have to check it out. I mean, like, the way you describe it does sound like super interesting.
Yeah, it's just it's even just a nice one that you can just relax. There's no time limits. There's no like you have 30 minutes to do this, whatever. And then as you paint more walls, you can say for argument's sake, if you paint 100 walls, you can unlock a perk.
Okay.
And your perk could be like paint 2 pieces of wall at the same time or have longer reach. Yeah. It's so funny though, but I really like it. It's really cute.
It's like it definitely seems like one of those fun, chillaxing games.
Yeah, I know I'm not the best with games. I bought Dead by Daylight at Halloween. I haven't played it since November because I keep forgetting to do so. Yeah. I keep being like, okay, I'm gonna play it tonight, and then I forget. And then I'm going to bed and going, oh, whoops.
Oh my god. Before we
but that's also a good thing.
Yeah. Before we progress.
Yes.
Ash.
Cool
where
shit.
are you in Pokemon Let's Go?
That's a good question. Okay, in my defense, I've been a bit preoccupied with Smash and
Getting all them
Mario
piranha plant errors in.
Getting all the piranha plants, and I unlocked Dry Bones in Mario Party.
Hell yeah.
So that was me sorted.
I haven't done that yet.
I'm gonna quick.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same with Let's Go. I actually know in the Let's Go,
I'm gonna boot up my game and see.
I've beaten Giovanni. I've gotten past the 8th gym. I'm not going to the Elite Four just yet. I'm actually already massively overpowered. But since I have 8 badges, it means I can. It means I can just go crazy.
Yeah.
And go shiny hunting without worry. I do need to go beat the Elite Four eventually though, so I can start fighting trainers again for more money. Because I will run out. But yeah, for now, what I'm actually trying to do is I am going to try and get a shiny of the 4 members of my team who I don't have shiny Pokemon of, so I can get enough candies for them to boost their stats, because their stats are really weak. The only problem with that is my since I'm playing Let's Go Pikachu, my Alolan Ninetales, I'll have to get candies by walking her. It's the only way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I have booted up my game.
Yeah, where are you?
Plot-wise, I'm currently in Celadon City. I haven't actually continued the plot.
You're worse
at
than
all.
me.
But no, I'm still in Slipscope. I'm really far behind. However, I am being followed by my shiny Porygon that I spent part of the Kumacon trip home hunting, and then nearly a week afterward. So I have my blue and pink lilac Porygon called Boop Beep.
Weren't you trying for Vulpix though?
I was trying for
And you got a
Vulpix, but I got a
Porygon.
Porygon, and I'm super happy.
That is hilarious to me
Because that's the rare spawn.
My friend Michaela was doing the same thing in Let's Go Pikachu, and she was trying to, except Growlithe instead of Vulpix because version differences, and the exact same thing happened to her. And also, Michaela, if you're listening, hi! she got a Porygon instead of a shiny Growlithe. She's like, you're not shiny Growlithe.
But in fairness, I've wanted a Porygon for so long.
Yeah.
I've tried hunting on other games for it.
Yeah.
Also, when you're running, if ever you get a Porygon, run around. It glitches behind you. It's it lags. It's so funny.
Let's Go is full of really nice touches like that.
Yeah.
Do you realize that we
yeah.
mention this every single podcast?
Yeah, we have.
Oh crap! That means I have to actually. That means I have to actually play the game, guys. You're putting me under pressure now. I have to play. I have to do homework. I did not sign up for homework. This is not fair.
Are fans going to accept it? An episode where we don't mention Pokemon Let's Go at this point?
I don't know. Once Ashling's finished, I think that's kind of it. But then we still have Pokemon Go. So.
Yeah, that'll be an end of the first saga. Also, speaking of sagas, I'm just going to get this out there real quick. I'm still playing Spider-Man. I am so behind on my backlog. But good news is, I'm nearly finished.
Hooray!
Yeah, I just got I'm literally 50% through the last of the 3 DLCs. So I got about an hour left of gameplay. I'm going through all the side quests. So I'm not trying to get perfect on those side quests. I'm just good enough to pass them. Yeah, because I'm like, screw that.
That is always an important mission in life. Just get enough to pass.
Yep.
But yeah.
Remember the wise words of Jake the Dog. Sucking at something is the first step to being really good at something.
This is true.
Yeah.
But I am really enjoying the story of the DLC. Oh my god! I'm not gonna give any spoilers, and I know everyone is probably going to buy the Spider-Man game at this point. Has already got it. I know there's a very slim window, and if our audience are listening, anyone who's interested to get it in our audience has probably got it already. But I will say this regardless: the ending, as someone who's been a fan of Spider-Man for years, the ending actually made me cry at several places. There's a lot of happy moments, but there were actually genuinely tragic moments in that story that actually made me cry. And they set them up so well. If you're a Spider-Man fan, you'll see a lot of these twists coming if you know the characters from the comics. But at the same time, you get to know them you get to know everyone so well. So when these twists happen, even though you see them coming, they still hit home. But anyway, that's all I'm going to say on that.
Yeah, as well, many of our followers are Spider-Man fans, so you see them at the cons. Nearly all of them dress as Gwenom or Spider-Gwen or Spider-Man.
At our friggin' D&D panel, we had a Spider-Man sitting in the crowd learning about D&D.
That was fun.
Did you? I didn't see
Yeah,
it.
we had a Spider-Man. Well, you were in the audience. Axel, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
that's that.
Me, Axel, and Koshi. Like every so often, our eyes were kind of drawn to the Spider-Man. Axel doesn't even like Marvel, and he still looked at that Spider-Man in the crowd.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's all I had to say about games, because sadly I am way behind on games.
With that out of the way, though.
Yeah.
Let's pick up some people. Let's spot some people.
Yes.
That's the jingle, apparently.
Yep.
All right, we're going to
Saves
start
editing.
with. Yeah, it does. We're going to start with a good friend of ours. He is a member of the group. He played Jonathan Dirk, if any of you remember. He
Yeah.
is a fantastic artist.
Dirk.
Do you like kaiju? Do you like superheroes? Do you especially love very kind of like cutesy images of the likes of Batman, Godzilla, Ghidorah, even some, weird shots of Columbo, which is a kind of an odd one. One time.
He's a big Columbo fan.
You're a big Columbo fan. Do you like Transformers? Because, boy howdy, he works on that show. His name is Keith Byrne. He's a fantastic artist. He's been with us since Ace Attorney. An absolutely fantastic guy. He is going to message me with a colossal fuck you when he finds out that we plugged him. There's no one
Yeah.
to be.
Hey, Keith.
Hey, Keith.
We love you. Hey,
You
that's
can
as much
find
as you
him.
Woo!
You can find him most places. Instagram is where I'm going to plug because he's seems to be most active on there. It's KJables, so it's KJABLES. That's Keith. He is an absolutely fantastic guy. Don't let his Jonathan Dirk demeanor shake you from that.
Yeah, as much as mentally scarring as that series was for everybody who worked on it, I was
yeah.
luckily spared
You were.
Jonathan Dirk's wrath. For now.
For now. Moving on to our second one, Feidhlim.
Yes, I am going to plug a very good friend of mine, an incredibly talented artist that I have been fortunate enough to see transition through the years as their art developed from something that was great to begin with to something incredible. Like the journey they've gone through as an artist, has just been amazing to see their art develop.
That one was fun.
This is my friend Nat from Texas. Nat, if you're listening, hi there. They go by the handle of DeerHeadZyrus on Twitter. They used to have Tumblr as their main account, but after the whole debacle with Tumblr, they moved over to Twitter. You can find them on Twitter at Deer_head_Zyrus. That's Xiris. And they do a lot of art based on Star Wars, Spider-Man, Pokemon. They used to do a lot of Steven Universe and One Piece art. They don't do that anymore, but the old art they have from that from years ago is still really good. So if you want to find that, go look through their Twitter or their old Tumblr or even their DeviantArt, which they still upload to. But yes. They do commissions, and I highly recommend trying to commission Nat. Nat is an incredible talent.
And we're always very, very supportive of incredible talent.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. Before we move on to our last spot, I am once again gonna
Sorry,
plug.
I up there.
You're great. I'm once again gonna plug Hog and Dice just because we love Stephen. So there we go. That's just going to flash up on screen for like 5 seconds and go off again on the YouTube version. But our final spot, is for something very dear to our hearts because we're going and we have been wanting to be there since they announced their bid. Worldcon 2019 is going to be in the Dublin Convention Centre from Thursday, August 15th till Monday, August 19th. It's going to be a fantastic, like, half a week in one of the biggest structures in Dublin, surrounded by nerds of all ilks, sci-fi, fantasy. If you are like neck deep in some Harlan Ellison realness and you want to talk to some other people who want to talk about I have no mouth and I must scream, then it's literally the perfect place to do it. The guys who organize it have organized a lot of cons over the years, so I know for a fact this is going to be superb, and we're going to be there, and we're going to be doing a show.
Yay!
Hey, say it with more spirit, Phil.
Sorry, I'm a bit tired.
If you...
Not an excuse.
Okay, all right.
Do it again.
Rumsfeld!
There we go. There we go.
Better.
That's better. If you have in any way a liking to D&D and have been in communities where you've, like, you know, or small groups and even where role-playing or some kind of fantasy has been part of your lives, then I think you're going to like what we're coming with. I'll admit, I've cried in the writing room several times.
He got so excited he blacked
Yes,
out.
he did.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay, roll for a revival.
Okay. He's back.
Roll Constitution.
Nice, it worked.
Yeah. Revivify works.
Yeah.
But yeah, if any of that is in your wheelhouse, then I'm sure you're gonna love it. I've cried a few times while we've been coming up with ideas.
Yeah, we've come up with a few ideas.
Yeah, and some of them are really real. And I don't say that lightly, considering this is a fantasy story. So yeah, it's going to be absolutely fantastic. There are going to be people there who are just there for the crack, because that's Worldcon.
That'll be Worldcon.
Yeah.
They're not feeling the pressure at all. You know, I'm not sweating bullets.
Feidhlim, I've got
I'm
a
not
null
suddenly getting
skull on my
nervous and
table.
regretting all my life decisions and going, oh God, what am I going to do if they hate me?
Feidhlim,
I'm chill.
I've got like puppet skulls on my desk. That's where I am with this production right now.
Yes.
I've started working on some very big things with this show. There's currently in my tiny little easy bake oven type thing. It's a toaster oven I bought in Aldi, but it's been perfect for making things out of clay. There is a set of Noel's teeth being cooked right now.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm really excited. This is going to be fantastic. I'm living my Henson dreams.
Yes.
Do you know,
We're doing it.
I'm not sure if a lot of people know this, but when I was a child, Labyrinth and the Dark Crystal were the reasons why I wanted to become an actor. I actually wanted to get into making movies or making stage productions because I wanted to work for the Henson Company.
Damn.
So the idea of doing a show that involves Henson-like puppets has me so goddamn excited that I'm like buzzing. I've got a sketch pad full of like basically every race in D&D. If I want to make them as a puppet, this is how it would work. And I've been working on that for months.
Oh, is there going to be like a full body suit puppet?
Yeah.
Is there going to be one of a dragonborn?
I will not say because that would be spoilers.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Feidhlim.
Fair
God.
But hypothetically, if there was going to be one, who would you pick for that?
No. Well, obviously, if anybody's going to be this hypothetical dragonborn, it's obviously going to be that bucket on the right-hand side of your chair.
Damn that bucket. Always stealing my roles.
Bucket's a good actor. Bucket's a good actor. Bucket is in line to get a Tony in 3 years.
Yeah, not if...
His off-Broadway is fantastic.
Not if Bucket has an unfortunate accident.
Oh no.
conspiracy.
You realise that
People
that's
have
evidence of
accidents
premeditation.
all the time.
That's evidence of premeditation
Is that-
right there on camera.
Hey, Feidhlim.
That's not evidence.
Hey, Feidhlim.
Not evidence. Not evidence. You know.
Does that mean we have... Is this going to be the title of our episode? Tantalcast, episode 3. Hypothetically, in inverted commas.
Hypothetically kicking the bucket.
In inverted commas.
Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect.
That is perfect. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
On the subject of something that was kind of nonsense, and also has a hole to be filled, we're going to talk about Donut County. I know, that was a very hard bridge to cross. Donut County.
Well, you filled the gap quite nicely.
And I did it.
Hey.
But you better put that goddamn sound effect in there. Donut County is kind of like Katamari in reverse. And that's the best way I can describe it.
Interesting.
You know how in Katamari you're a guy pushing around a ball, you're collecting everything, and the ball gets bigger?
Yeah.
In Donut County, you play a sentient hole. Like,
Pushing a guy. You're a
Well-
hole pushing a guy.
you push
Nice.
several people into the hole. If anyone has seen the Tom Scat sketch, The Hole, it's kind of like that, except the hole's sentient and can move around. Yeah, the story in it is kind of basic, obviously, because these games tend to be, but it's a fantastic little indie game, which tells the story of a town that is completely swallowed by holes. And
Holy moly.
and you play the holes, and that's a bad pun. You did a bad pun, actually.
Who, me?
That's just weak punning.
I would never do such a filling in such a terrible way.
I have to appreciate the...
Beep!
Koshi, can I just say I appreciate your very subtle Fantastic Mr. Fox reference there.
Thank you.
That's just weak songwriting. You wrote a bad song, Petey.
You wrote a bad song, PT.
And that's where I'll insert the clip on YouTube. That's just weak songwriting. You wrote a bad song, Petey. But yeah, like it's a strangely cathartic game. Like, do you know, like Katamari has a thing where you kind of feel good when you do finish up a stage, and you just kind of feel like, yes, excellent. Donut County has this thing every single time you swallow up something huge, or you solve a puzzle using the hole, because it's a puzzle game. It's just really relaxing. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. That's basically Donut County. It's so weird. You can pick it up now on Switch and Steam for like €11. It's really cheap. And yeah, I played it like 3 times already.
Woo.
Yeah.
A grand total of 3 times and that's it.
Not so far.
I'm only on level 4.
So far. No, I mean like I played through it entirely 3 times.
Huh.
Nice.
It's actually like really good. Hopefully in the next couple of episodes we'll be able to talk about Untitled Goose Game though, because that's an indie title I'm super excited for. Yeah. I can't wait to play an asshole.
Actually, I had one little topic to bring up there. It's kind of just, unfortunately, I didn't bring a lot of material to the table this week. So I just thought I'd say, put out there that I really, really enjoyed this week's episode of Dice Camera Action, where they did a special beach episode. For those of you who don't know, Dice Camera Action is a D&D game that's on the D&D YouTube channel. It's also on the D&D Twitch channel. It's usually live there first, and then the next day they put the episodes out on YouTube. And it's run by Chris Perkins, who wrote Curse of Strahd. He
Very
also
good. He's a fantastic campaign writer.
Yeah, and he's done Storm King's Thunder, and he co-wrote what was it? He co-wrote Tomb of Annihilation with
Another good one.
yeah, who he co-wrote with that with Pendleton Ward, the creator of Adventure Time. And that was based off of an old dungeon called Tomb of Horrors.
I remember the Tomb of Horrors. I am that old in D&D.
I actually they re-released it for Tales of the Yawning Portal as well.
Did they? Oh, I didn't know
yes,
that.
yeah. For 5th edition, they re-released it. They updated the monsters slightly, but it's pretty much the same encounters, just in a 5th edition skin.
That dungeon was murder.
It's
Actual murder.
Yeah, because Acerak is a who just likes to fuck with players.
Yeah. It was good shit. It was like really good shit.
He's basically a sociopath who just loves to torment players. But anyway, the episode of Dice Camera Action. Okay, so the players, I should go through them very quickly. There is Pro Jared, also known as Jared Knabenbauer. And yes, the K in front of his name is not silent. I learned that from watching one of the episodes. It's actually pronounced Knabenbauer. It's a cool name. I'm not making fun of it. Like, that's really damn cool. He plays Death Woodrow, and that's a rogue he tends to play a lot in a lot of his D&D games.
He does play a lot of thieves. I've noticed that actually from him talking about it in D&D December.
Yeah, also check out Pro Jared's D&D December videos, because those are top-notch quality content. There's also Commander Holly. She's an amazing cosplayer, and she ever since I think
I love Commander Holly.
Yeah, she's a.
I've literally been following her YouTube channel since she started it, and like, when she was in Dublin, I got really sad because I didn't know she was in Dublin. I would have loved to have met her.
I want to meet her too.
Yeah.
She's lovely.
Ever since she's been here, I've actually caught myself checking on pigeons.
She plays Strix the Witch.
That she does.
She's a tiefling sorceress. Well, everybody calls her a witch. But yes, Strix is the only non-human member of the party. Everyone else in the party is human, and that's the one thing that I'm a little disappointed by. I'm not a fan of playing humans in D&D. I think it's the most boring option to pick, in all honesty. But anyway, just going to get through the other players real quick. And then there is Nathan Sharp, who is more commonly known as Nate Wants to Battle on YouTube. I don't think I really need to introduce who he is. He plays Polton Seppa, and that is actually, he got that name from just reversing the first two letters of Salt and Pepper. Yeah, because like Deadpool, who used a Salt and Pepper song in his very first trailer for his first film, Polton can break the fourth wall. He is aware that he is a D&D character, and he fears the mighty god Perkins. He's not a benevolent god. That is a quote.
What DM is?
There's a few. I'm a benevolent DM because I like to see my players go through a story.
Give it time.
It depends on the party. Anyway.
I don't consider myself a good a storytelling DM as well, like seeing people go through a story. But I put my players through shit.
Fair enough. And our last player, last but certainly not least, Anna Prouser, who is very commonly on Twitch. I'm not sure if she started as a gamer, but she definitely did D&D Twitch streams before Dice Camera Action. And this was her second time playing Evelyn. I think she was a gamer before. I'm not too sure about that, because I only found out about her on Dice Camera Action. I've become an absolute fan of her afterwards as well. She's great. She's actually very funny. But yes, she plays Evelyn, whose full name I can't remember, but it's hilariously long. And she's the Southern Belle style paladin who loves Lathander and is very, very Lathander bashy. Like every chance she gets to praise the Morning Lord, she takes it. But yes, anyway, they had a beach episode, and it was. I don't want to go into too much spoilers because I want people to watch the show. But the beach episode was a hell of a lot of fun, and that was a very long roundabout way to say that.
Yeah, that was.
But yeah, anyway, my point is.
Making that visually interesting on YouTube is going to be very difficult for me.
Yeah. But the thing is, the beach episode was a very clever episode because the whole episode, I'll say this much.
Don't do spoilers. Don't do spoilers.
Okay. I won't do spoilers. But it was an episode where we see this group who are usually put through hell because Chris Perkins is a malicious son of a. I love him though. Chris Smirkins. He normally likes to torment the party. This episode, there was no torment. He let them have fun for once. Now there are some times in the past where they got to have fun, but it usually always took a horrible twist. Not the case in this one. It was a pleasant ride just to see them interact with them and also the NPCs who they've brought together with them. I won't spoil them. Together, who they're now a family with, and enjoying their time on a beach together. And I will spoil one thing. Their pet owl bear. It's too cute not to spoil.
Don't do it then, because it might be fun. Might be fun.
Sand like a dog.
Dude,
That's so cute.
But like, people might be excited to see that later. They don't want to see it right. Like, they don't want to know about it right start.
I'm not going to. It's still an interesting journey.
It's still cute, but
trust me.
It's still cute. But when you listen to it later on, well, if I listen to it later on, I'm like, oh yeah, this is the one where the owl bear runs around like a dog. But if I had heard that straight off by myself, I'd have been, oh, that's cute.
Don't worry, it's like 150 episodes later. You'll probably forget I said it.
Subtitle of the episode: Feidhlim spoils.
Contains spoilers for Joe's recent episode of Dice Camera.
Everything.
Yeah.
Feidhlim spoils everything.
I'm the monster now.
You're the spoiler boy. You're the one who spoils.
I was going to say, note how there was no objection to that.
Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah, just a picture of my face on top of Kylo Ren with a car spoiler sticking off my back.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway. As a fellow DM, I like to think lulling your players into a false sense of security with really nice games is fun.
Then you'll love Christopher Perkins. Well, I know you're a very highly experienced DM. There's a reason why this guy writes for D&D. So when you finally get to watching that, you will enjoy that. You will learn things from him and use those in your game. Like, he's great for that.
I'm sure I will. I mean, like, watching other DMs is always, like, it's a good way of picking up the game as a DM. I mean, a lot of people who play the game struggle with the actual nitty-gritty of actually putting together a game. And sometimes it can be kind of hard to put together that kind of thought process and that kind of experience when you're the one who's playing and you have to focus on being a player. So, like, I learned a lot of... like, obviously, I've been playing D&D for, bloody hell, a very long time. But more recently, when I was listening to D&D podcasts and things, I was getting more of an insight into making things interesting for my players. I mean, I listened to the entirety of the Adventure Zone. Like, straight.
Yeah.
I sadly only got into it much later than most people. I got into it in its last arc.
Oh.
Which was fine. Like, because I listened to everything up until that point, and then listened to it week by week, 2 weeks, every 2 weeks. So, like, I got to be there at the ending, and I loved every last second of it. To the point that when we were still in the break between Balance and Amnesty, which is the current arc, I re-listened to everything in Balance again.
Yeah.
And that's 60 episodes. An hour each. That's 60 hours of my life. I re-added to, like, I listened to it again. That's how enjoyable it is. So, like, listening to those kind of interesting, story-driven D&D campaigns can pull you into this kind of mindset as a DM. So you kind of like, I want to have maybe not as many encounters as most campaigns would want you to have. Try and focus more on the solving of the puzzles and the party members coming together. That kind of thing. That's the kind of stuff I love as a DM. So, like, I always kind of learn some new stuff from other DMs when I'm listening to them. Like, listening to... What?
one person I want to learn from, but like I just been having a struggle trying to get through the first few episodes. But people say that for new people, the first few episodes are tricky, but after you get through them, it gets really good.
Mm.
Critical Role. I'm having trouble with the first few episodes trying to get through them, but I want to see more of it because apparently, like Matt Mercer is meant to be an excellent DM to learn from.
Yeah, he is. He actually
Yeah.
is, and I will fully say I struggle with Critical Role a bit, but that's just because of how big episodes are.
Yeah, and also like there's that bit in the middle where it's like there's 20 minutes of ads, and I'm just like, oh my God, stop! Why did they put that in the YouTube video? They could cut that out.
I've been mostly listening to it via the podcast version,
Oh, okay.
which is fine, but like the website is not optimized for downloading episodes. And it's also not optimized for mobile, which then creates this issue of I need to download it on my laptop to give it to my phone because I can't get access to it via my phone. So I
Yeah,
have
that's
to
unfortunate.
actually download it instead of streaming it, which is a bit of a pain in the arse. But it is very, very good. It's a very good show. My one gripe with it is that each episode's about 3 hours long, which is
But
hard to
about 20 to
digest.
40 minutes, 20 to 40 minutes of that is like nothing where you could skip past. So it's
No, but like
pretty more.
the podcast thankfully doesn't have any dead spots in it, which is nice.
Okay.
But yeah, like I got so used to hour-long episodes of the Adventure Zone, and that seems like a really comfortable podcast. That's a
Yeah.
really comfortable D&D
A-
podcast. I
An
think
hour,
the fact
an
that
hour,
it's so long.
an hour to 2 hours is
Yeah.
fine to listen
The
to
fact
for a
the fact
D&D
that
game.
it's like 2.5 to 3 hours each episode, and
Yeah.
and those problems with the website and getting episodes of the podcast, it can be a bit daunting for new listeners. That being said, it is amazing. It is actually an amazing D&D podcast, especially when they reach the point where they are very aware that they are recording for podcasting, and it's no longer just the audio from the live stream. One of the issues with that whole thing was that during the live streams, the music would swell and become too
Sorry,
loud
cut
at
out there a
times.
bit.
I won't have cut out for the people who are listening.
Oh, that's true.
But yeah, there are parts where the audio swells a bit, like in the early episodes, and you can't hear what's going on, which is a bit of a shame because there's a lot of
Yeah.
really, really good encounters for Vox Machina in the early episodes of the podcast. So like once they kind of got over that technical hurdle, it became far more accessible, which is excellent. I just wish that the website didn't have these issues, and if it was maybe, obviously that this is just their schedule, they do 3 hours of an episode. It can be a bit daunting to sometimes just jump into it all of a sudden. I'll have to check actually. If it's on Spotify, I will just listen to it on Spotify. But yeah, that's my rant about Critical Role and the fact that it's fantastic.
Yeah. Oh. I also know that some people give out about Laura Bailey because of her character having a high wisdom, but she acts very childish. I'm just like, that's fine in all honesty. She's playing a character for fun, so
let her have fun.
Yeah, I'm just like I actually had a conversation with someone who's like, why does she play the character like this? I mean, I know she's trying to have fun, but her character's wisdom is this. And I'm just like, she's having fun, man.
People can be very wise, but also childish.
Yeah, like they don't need to be like sage, like
some of the smartest people in the world are like big nerds who just play D&D and video games. And
Gary Gygax was a very wise guy, but he also invented Acerak.
Yeah.
Who we established earlier is just like this dark comedy villain who just basically likes to maliciously kill players in ways that amuse him. Like, he feeds off their life force. There is a necessity for Acerak to kill. He just likes to get creative with those traps.
There's actually a D&D related thing I actually wanted to ask Ash.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Ash,
Yeah.
so you are like relatively new to D&D.
Yeah.
But you do a lot of other role playing. So I wanted to ask you, how did you feel about the process of creating a character with the constraints that you have with D&D? Like, did you feel like comfortable doing it, or yeah? I know a lot of people feel limited by just their character sheet, that kind of thing.
Well, in terms of actually creating the concept of the character, Feidhlim knows how shockingly quick I come up with ideas.
She is. She's amazing at it. You guys should see it.
He gave me he gave myself and a few others figures for Christmas.
Yeah, you did.
And immediately I had the idea because it was based on something I'd come up with at the start of the year.
Yeah.
But in terms of the actual sheet and stuff, I've only properly done it once, so I can't really say for sure. But it's definitely not something I'd want to do by myself.
Okay.
Like, I think you talked me through going through like the roles and
you do get a lot used to it.
That point of view.
But yeah, I get your point.
But since I'm somebody that loves overthinking things, I don't really mind going in depth into the character, or figuring out backstories and personalities.
That's
and
like
stuff.
my favorite part.
Yeah.
Creating a character. Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I've had the joy of recycling some of my old characters now, for new D&D, which has been excellent because it feels like I have ownership of my babies again. And like taking a character from a different setting and adding them into a Dungeons and Dragons style fantasy setting it's hard, but when you get it right, it's so good.
Nice.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have that experience eventually where they want to like bring a character from something else, so some like fandom or P they were part of, and then turn them into a D&D character. But it's genuinely hard, but like it's so amazing when it slots back into place in this like new context. Yeah. Especially if you can bring some of their like former backstory into their new backstory. You know, because then it doesn't feel like the old life is truly gone. They're still that person, but they are in this world. It is very, very nice that way. So yeah, if you want to hear about the escapades of our D&D characters, keep an eye on our stuff, and we'll get back to you about that.
Oh, that wasn't foreshadowing or anything. What?
No.
What? That was nothing. Ignore that part. That wasn't me hinting at something. I promise. And you could probably hear me like do the innocent lip to the finger thing.
The oops.
Yeah, exactly that.
Oh my god. So we're running out of time.
Yeah.
Rapidly. I'm going to talk about a movie very, very quickly. 1 minute. I went to see The Favourite a couple of weeks ago. It's fantastic. If you get a chance to go see it, go see it. The ads do nothing to prepare you for what happens in it, though. It's really funny in places, but it's tremendously abstract and dark. So be prepared.
Nice.
Interesting.
Yeah, Olivia Colman's fantastic in it. Like, absolutely superb. So yeah, it's well worth a watch. So, let's move on to our final thing, which is housekeeping.
Yay!
Don't forget to sweep behind the couch.
And wash your ears.
Yeah. I sometimes forget about the ears, but I never forget about the couch. What does that say about me as a person? That means I'm a filthy...
Beep.
Yeah, listener beep. Oh, it's weird being censored. It tickles. Anyway, to our housekeeping. We are Tantalus Ireland. You can follow us on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, and Podbean, and SoundCloud, Tumblr. We are everywhere under that name. It's kind of ridiculous. We have a .com, but it's not built yet, so keep an eye on that too.
We're getting there.
We're getting there. We're getting there. If we, I swear to God, if we ever got a sponsorship from Squarespace, I'd be immediately using the codes myself. God's sake. Hey, Squarespace.
Squarespace Senpai.
Squarespace Senpai, notice us. Also, Wizards of the Coast. Wizards of the Coast. Answer my emails.
Yeah.
Answer my calls.
For me, Perkins Senpai.
Answer
Senpai.
Answer our calls, please. We've got something very important to talk to you
Oh
about.
God, I just got a very horrible mental image of myself in like a Japanese schoolgirl uniform reaching out to Chris Perkins in like a schoolboy uniform.
I'm picturing, you know, those animations, those Markiplier animations of Yander Simulator?
Yeah. I'm Yandere-san, and freaking Chris Perkins is the
It's
default
Jack.
senpai.
He's Jack. I love those animations. I absolutely love them. Anyway,
Notice
yeah.
Perkins senpai.
Anyway, go follow the people that we plugged. Check out Worldcon and its upcoming events list, and like its ever growing guest list, which is fantastic. Hell, there are people who are going to Worldcon just to hang out, and it's fantastic. You can find us on all of our feeds under Tantalus Ireland, and if you really love the show, or if you like anything we do, please remember to hit likes, subscribes, comment on things. It makes us, like, it gives us decent motivation to continue doing these things. I know eventually if we ever get this on like iTunes or Spotify, I'll be asking this again for like reviews and things, but you know, we're kind of starting up this and it's very small. So the best way we can advertise is word of mouth without doing the whole plugging tons of money into Google thing.
So that's why we have you guys.
Which is kind of a pain in the arse. So
Yep.
Yep.
And like follow us on everything, please.
Yeah.
Facebook, Twitter, and especially YouTube.
Yeah. Okay, so that's it. We don't have anything to close out on with Ashling. But you know what I'm gonna do?
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, last couple of times we had you doing stuff.
Okay.
Play us
Never-
off, Ashling. And that's where we'll stop.
I've been Connor.
I've been Feidhlim.
And I've been a foghorn.
We are the Tantalcast.
See
Use
ya.
that hashtag and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.